Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss pre-market video for Friday, March 12th, 2021. I am Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Price rallied in the previous session, reaching a high that was just 3 ticks shy of matching the previous all-time high, and has now pulled back in pre-market and overnight trading here. We've seen a bit of a bounce from the lows as price has held 3,900. 3,900 is an important level to watch here early in the session. Any failure to hold that zone could lead to a bit more weakness down below into 3870. Overall, this market has been very bullish. We've had higher highs and higher lows day over day. Right now, this is an inside day. We've tended to see a bit of early action in the day, followed by more range-bound price action the rest of the session. Again, 3,900 is going to be very important here. If there's any rejection or failure to kind of get going to the upside, perhaps another pullback may be in play. But again, right now, pullbacks likely to be defended given the overall strength of this market. So right now, keeping an eye on 3,900. Any failure to hold 3,900 could open up a bit more weakness toward 3,870. Right now, the ES averaging about 82.5 points per day, and we only have 36.5 points of pre-market range, so there's plenty of range to be seen. Again, if price can hold 3,900, we may see a continuation to the upside to take out those highs. So continue to watch 3,900 early in the day. If we take a look here at the NQ, you'll see the NQ is also pulled back. Very steep pullback here. We mentioned in our trading room yesterday afternoon that after you see a trend day like what we saw here, there's a tendency to see a fade after trend day. We were looking for a fade at least back to 12,900. This market actually surpassed 12,800 before finding a little bit of support down here. Again, very similar to the ES, this market has been very, very strong off the recent lows, and it continues to hold that 12,725 level right here, which is the key range low here. Also continues to hold above the previous month's low, which had surpassed earlier this week. So again, this market right now remains near-term strong after the recent pullback over the last 3 or 4 weeks. This rejection here has been very bullish, and as long as they can continue to hold this previous month's low and into the key range low, any dip into that zone will likely be defended by bulls for a shot at returning to 13,313. So right now that's the midpoint to watch here. Again, looking for bulls to defend somewhere between 12,650 and 12,700 for a shot at 13,313. So looking for further strength up ahead if this pullback here can be defended. If we take a look here at crude oil, you'll notice crude oil is testing around that 66 level. It's been a very good reversal here from the lows. This thing has pulled back, bounced very quickly from 63s back to 66s. Right now, not quite an inside day, but a very narrow range day for crude oil, trading just 83 ticks of range. That's 32% of average. And in holding the previous session's midpoint, we were looking for a 65.50 low. If we can hold 65.50 even into 65.35, that could open up a move into 67s and perhaps even retest the high of 67.98 today if things got going to the upside. So today's low right in that pocket there, 65.41. Looking for further strength here through the recent highs. If price can get above 66.25, it opens up some upside to test the 67s. Taking a look lastly here at gold futures, you'll notice here that gold futures continues to see a bearish move out of the Pima trigger zone here. Each rotation into that bearish Pima trigger zone has been sold down, and right here it entered that zone, failed to hold above the previous month's close, and is now seeing another round of weakness. So again, as we mentioned yesterday, selling the rips in gold continues to be the play right now. We may see more weakness down ahead into 1660 and perhaps even as low as 1675 as the next key level down. One level that could hold price would be right where we are right now, 1700. It's the midpoint of that expansion day right there, and that's where it's developing a bit of a box right now, especially over the last several hours. That box right there, if price starts to pop back above 1705, it could lead to a higher low type of day where we get a tail at the lower end of the day's range, very similar to this over here. It would be identical to that, where a higher low attempts to develop for another round of strength, and if that higher low fails, it ends up looking like this. So right now we're on this phase of this move right now, and if price pops above 1705 in the intraday time frame here, we may see a bit of a recovery back towards 1715 and maybe as high as 1720 on an intraday basis. All right, that is it for now. We'll see how this plays out heading into the rest of the session. Have a fantastic weekend, and I will see you in the trading room. Take care.